I was asked to give one word that would describe Father Paul, and I thought about it a lot. I thought about, like, what kind of word, how do you sum up somebody's life in a word, right? But he is grace-filled. And by that I mean that he extends grace to everybody he sees, but he also exudes grace. So just his presence is grace-filled. Yeah, and he allows us grace in our own lives, right? As we make mistakes and as we grow and we have curves, balls in our lives, and he always allows grace in those situations. So grace-filled is really the word I could come up with. And I wish there was a bigger word to say, because it feels a little bit overused, but it's really true. I can get emotional thinking about it, because he really is a good example for us all on how we do actually treat people.
50 years of service. Now that is something. In order to celebrate a beloved career spanning half a century, we must start at the very beginning. Paul Jaroszeski grew up in Northeast Minneapolis. This is the place that forged the faith foundation for Paul. From Holy Cross Catholic Church to its grade school, followed by Nazareth Hall High School Seminary in Arden Hills. The people in these places, especially Paul's family, instilled in him the importance of faith, prayer, love for the church, service to others, and reliance on God. Thus, he was poised to pursue the priesthood.
The one word I would come up with for Father Paul is compassionate.
My word for you, Father Paul, is light. You are the light in the darkness.
If I only have one word, I guess it would just be love, because you show that in so many things that you've done.
I think the one word that comes to mind when I think of Father Paul is generous. He has been an instrumental part of all of our lives, and very generous with all of the gifts and time that he has spent with us over the years.
Giving. You are always so giving of your time, of your prayers, and we just appreciate that so much.
I had a word, and now I'm changing it to compassionate.
I will use amazing. You changed.
I did.
You were going to use amazing, and I was going to use grace.
Oh.
The word we chose for you is steadfast.
You have been a steady presence in our family's life, giving both Susie and Colleen their first communion, celebrating their marriages, and sharing everyday moments with us, like that famous chicken dinner at the St. Patrick's Carnival.
To describe Father Paul in just one word, the first word that came to my mind is real. I feel like he's very relatable. That is why people are drawn to him, because he shares his own struggles and celebrations, and everyone just can appreciate that and feel like, you know, he's one of us.
After ordination, he was assigned to the Church of St. William in Fridley. He served as the associate pastor there until June of 1981. He then moved to St. Olaf Catholic Church in downtown Minneapolis, to the Church of the Annunciation in South Minneapolis.
So one word, I don't know if it's a perfect word to describe Father Paul, but I think of community with what he creates and what he has created here in this faith community.
And I would say music. I just love your singing voice, and I love that element of our parish and celebration.
Very faithful. In one word. Community.
Accepting.
Caring.
Kind.
Thoughtful.
What did you say?
Okay, you say welcoming.
Kind and accepting and funny. And in fact, a wonderful voice. I will miss that voice. Amen.
heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing? Oh, my joys. From there, he ventured out of the city and into the country by becoming the pastor of St. Patrick's Church in Oak Grove. His fifth assignment began July 1, 1990, when he was appointed by Archbishop John R. Roach to be the director of the Priest Personnel Office of the Archdiocese. While serving in the Archdiocesan office, he was also the pastor of St. Cecilia in St. Paul.
I remember the first time we met at St. Cecilia's. You walked into the music room and shook my hand. From that time on, I always felt supported, appreciated, and fortunate to have another singing priest. I was also amused that we were both Polish. I remember you generously cooking dinner several times for the staff before Holy Thursday Masses, and thoughtfully giving each of us a rose when our staff meeting fell on Valentine's Day. During our church's renovation, I remember driving with you to get a huge roll of bubble wrap. As we pushed and pulled to get the thing in the back seat of your car, I was concentrating on the task at hand, but you were laughing your head off. When my dad died, I called you very late at night and asked if you were busy. You said no, and then immediately drove from Ramsey to St. John's Hospital. I once told you that I admired your calm demeanor, and you said that you always wanted to be a gentleman. I don't think you meant the kind of man who tips his hat or opens doors, but a gentle man. All these qualities and more have made you a wonderful priest and friend. Thank you for everything.
One word I would use to describe Father Paul is gracious. He's always been a very compassionate, giving person, has been a great role model for me as I've grown up in the St. Catherine Drexel community.
I actually have two. Dedicated. You and Sister Diane put everything into getting this church together. And I would say happy. You're always happy. You're just a wonderful representative.
Consistent.
What do you know? What's one word that you would describe Father Paul? Use to describe him.
No idea.
Would you say like kind?
Yes.
Or compassionate?
So kind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Can you look at the camera and say?
Father Paul is kind.
Kind. I struggled not to say kind in the other part of my message because that would have been the first thing that came to mind. I think kindness is part of what makes you an exemplary priest and a sincere and loyal, faithful Christian, and also, for me, a brother.
Very kind, nice, well, extremely nice, and really helpful.
Transformational.
In June of 2004, he became the founding pastor of St. Catherine Drexel in Ramsey, and for this we will be forever grateful.
My word would be patient. Father Paul, you've been tremendously patient through this journey of building St. Catherine Drexel. More patient than maybe your congregation was, certainly more patient than your trustees were at times. But having that patience that I think is rooted in your faith has been one of the things that I really admire about you, both as a pastor and as a leader.
One word to describe Father Paul is perseverance.
I would describe Father Paul as committed and peaceful.
Courageous. I think that St. Catherine Drexel is incredibly unique in the Catholic space, and Father Paul's never been one to back down from saying and sharing what he believes, standing up for human dignity and ensuring that all parishioners feel safe, supported, and loved in this space.
When asked what he learned at each of these stops, Father Paul said that each place enriched and strengthened him. In particular, it was the people he served, as well as the colleagues he served with. He believes he was always, by the providence of God, in the right place at the right time.
He's our shepherd. Many times your homilies have spoken directly to me. And it's like you wrote that just for me because I had a question, I had a concern, and your homily helped me through that.
I think all of us can go back in our memory to a moment in our lives when we felt blessed, when we felt proud and special and deeply loved. I remember as if it were yesterday, it was almost a year after I was ordained a transitional deacon and just months before priesthood ordination. I was invited back to my home parish, Holy Cross in Northeast Minneapolis, to preside at the closing of 40 hours. A part of that closing celebration is a procession around the church with the presider carrying the monstrance containing the Blessed Sacrament. As I made my way down the center aisle of the church at the beginning of that procession, I caught sight of my father praying in one of the pews, and tears were streaming down his cheeks as our eyes met. I always knew my father loved me, but as you can imagine, men from the Eastern European background would not often say that, and it wasn't in their culture. But this time, his tears spoke volumes of his love.
Father Paul is one of the most intentional people that I know, and he is intentional about many things in his life, but in particular what has touched me most is about his friendships and about his homilies and the message that he has shared and continues to share with our community. And there was so much richness to his messages and thoughtfulness and again, intentionality about how he took sometimes very difficult messages that we hear and sometimes more simple, but turned them into really beautiful applications that we could all leave St. Catherine Drexel every Sunday taking into our daily lives.
I would say teacher. Holy.
Dear Paul, many blessings on the 50th anniversary of your ordination to the priesthood. It has been my joy and delight to be with you in ministry for many decades. From our years in preparation at Nazareth Hall, St. John Vianney, and St. Paul Seminary, through our years of service to God and God's people in active ministry, and now into our years of retirement. Throughout this time, I have been enriched by your friendship, inspired by your example, and blessed by your kindness. I hope you will accept my musical setting of the Gospel of John, chapter 15, verse 16, as a mark of my admiration and affection for you. May God continue to bless you in the years ahead.
Father Paul, congratulations as you celebrate the 50th anniversary of your ordination to the priesthood and as you begin your retirement as pastor of St. Catherine Drexel Parish. I hope you recognize how grateful this archdiocese is to you for your 50 years of ministry and especially for your leadership at St. Catherine Drexel. It's an important opportunity to be able to lead a new parish and certainly to build a new church, and you've done that with such wonderful generosity. Thanks for all that you've done over these 50 years, and especially for your leadership at St. Catherine. May the Lord continue to bless you as you begin this new chapter in your priesthood.
One thing that I always think about is just what a loving and caring person that you've always been, and how you see things in a different way than so many people do, that just makes life's challenges and impossibilities hopeful.
Please know how deeply you will be missed and how profoundly grateful for the gift of your leadership and your love for all of us.
God bless you, Father Paul, and congratulations to you on your well-earned retirement.
Happy retirement!
Just here to say thank you from the deepest part of our hearts of all that you've given us.
Congratulations, Father Paul. Thanks for bringing Caroline and I together in our sacramental marriage, and we are so excited for you to enjoy the journey of retirement.
Thank you so very much, and we love you so much.
Say thank you, Father Paul.
Thank you, Father Paul.
You deserve it. You deserve your retirement, and I am so glad. But you will be missed. I've never been in a church that I felt so welcomed and so at home in, and you created that.
We think another 10 years is totally doable, so don't be afraid to come back.
Yes.
We love you. Thank you so much.
Especially for the gift that you have given the St. Catherine Drexel community and the friendships that will carry long beyond your tenure here, but are truly rooted in what you created here in our community. So thank you, congratulations, and God continue to bless you with good health, lots of laughter, and lots of good food.
Hi, Father Paul. It's the altar fairies and the altar elf. Congratulations on your 50 years of being a priest. Congratulations also on a well-deserved retirement. The altar fairies and altar elf have many memories of the discussions and concerns to decorate the church.
The many uses for the pins, especially leaving them on the ambo.
The birds and butterflies, you never knew where they were going to show up.
There are many uses for blue tape. The people don't know how much of the altar, the ambo, and the banners are held up by blue tape every Sunday. We had many banners hanging from the ceiling. It was really fun trying to balance all those banners on a mobile when they tried to spin and move with all the air currents as they went around.
And then there was the poinsettias. But they had to be red and white and could not be that clashy, sparkly orange.
There are more uses for Velcro than I ever knew. You can attach just about anything with Velcro and it will stick or it may fall down in the middle of Mass.
We will all never forget the time we brought in the wheelbarrow. I remember you saying to me distinctively, "What are you going to do with that?"
We wanted to put a waterfall in one of our Easter decorations, and that did not happen. But now we have the bubbling baptismal font. Also, one of my memories of you, Father, and I will never forget this, is when we made rosaries with the First Communion kids, and you could not get the knot. So you teamed up with this little bitty, petite little gal. She did the knots, you handed her the beads, and then you went to get a rosary, and you told us that, you know, you can get rosaries pre-made.
Then with the kids, we had the murals that we did. Your eyes when the first one, and we were in the hallway of the old church, you just didn't know what we were up to, the kids, and you were worried about the paint getting all over. But then we had the last one, was the Noah's Ark. And we just couldn't figure out how to get 2 mosquitoes.
The Christmas trees were decorated in both the warehouse and in the church. But when we bought the new ones for our new place of worship, We thought that the blue flashing and red lights would be just perfect. That didn't happen. We will be sure to have the same discussions with our new priest. Maybe we'll leave pins on the altar, maybe we'll leave them somewhere else.
And we want to wish you congratulations on your 50th anniversary as a priest. And of course, we're sending many best wishes your way on your retirement. You will be missed.
You will be missed.
You will be missed.
Father Paul, may your retirement be as happy and carefree as they are right now.
Hi, Father Paul. Tony and Bonnie Coffey here. The word we chose for you is steadfast.
You have been a steady presence in our family's life, giving both Susie and Colleen their first communion, celebrating their marriages, and sharing everyday moments with us, like that famous chicken dinner at the St. Patrick's Carnival. Your steady kindness, faith, and friendship have meant more than you know. We celebrate you today. Happy retirement.
One word I would use to describe Father Paul is gracious. He's always been a very compassionate, giving person and has been a great role model for me as I've grown up in the St. Catherine Drexel community. Thank you, Father Paul, for everything you've done for me and showing me what it means to be a great leader.
Hi. 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 I think the one word that comes to mind when I think of Father Paul is generous. He has been an instrumental part of all of our lives. And very generous with all of the gifts and time that he has spent with us over the years, and most especially that is true of every sacrament that he has been a part of in our lives and in the lives of our daughter. So congratulations, Father Paul. We love you, and
God bless you.
We are happy to celebrate with you today.
Hello, Father Paul. This is Vivian.
And this is Wayne.
And we just wanted to share with you a few words of appreciation and thanksgiving for having you in our parish, of course, and also in our lives for the last 20-some years. For me, for the last 75 years. So here we go.
A word that comes to mind to me, or a couple of words come. One is understanding, that you seem to understand everyone and you're willing to listen and you're real. Just understand where everybody's coming from and what they're where they're at. And once again, like they've said, the 20 years has been terrific to have you here, and we're certainly going to miss you, but we're going to also excited for you to start another chapter in your life, and well deserved. So we remember coming to that first meeting as the parish was beginning, and we decided that that we needed to give St. Catherine Drexel a chance, and because Vivian knew you since grade school, and it's been a wonderful experience for us, and we are so happy to be at St. Catherine Drexel. That's our church home. So, yeah.
As Wayne said, even though it's going to be sad not to have you with us on a daily and weekly basis. We're very happy for you that you can experience a well-deserved and I hope a wonderful, wonderful retirement. I know retirement has been great for us. A little scary at first, but we got used to it. One word that comes to my mind when I think of Father Paul, well, there's a lot of words, but I think the word welcoming to all has been always in my mind. And I see that as we are having more and more people become parishioners and come and visit our church, that is also a word that comes to their mind. And there is no doubt that you have been a big part of growing St. Catherine Drexel. So that's about all that we want to say. We could talk on and on, but I also want to thank you for all of the help that you have given us in the past with our family, and both extended family and my parents and Wayne's parents. And so again, a good retirement for you. God bless you always.
And we love you.
And we love you, and we will definitely stay in touch. God bless.
We give thanks to God for your perseverance to your vocation in good times and challenging times. We give thanks to God, Father Paul, for your perseverance in your vocation. Most of all, thank you for sharing your gifts with the SKD community. I am sure you're going to enjoy retirement, Father Paul. There is a time and place for everything. Thank you again.
Hello, Father Paul. This is Sandy Retka. I just wanted to thank you once again for welcoming me and my daughter and her family to St. Catherine's. When I moved to Anoka, I needed a church home, and once I met you and had been to the parish a few times, I knew it was the place for me. I was so happy that you went to visit my husband Dennis in the memory care at the Veterans Home. It was just fabulous that he got to meet you. He's still hanging in there, not doing the best, and but I'm just so happy that we have a church home now. I wish you the very best in your retirement, and I hope to see you again soon. I've been going to Mass with Dennis at the Veterans Home more and more, but I'll get back to my new parish home soon. But it's all thanks to you, Father Paul. You're the best, and I wish you nothing but happiness. Thank you, and we love you.
Hey, Father Paul, congratulations on your retirement. I am so happy for you. And I wanted to take a moment to say thank you so much for always being so supportive of me in good times and bad, and being there praying for me, and having a good laugh sometimes with me. I wish you all good things in the future, and I hope to see you around. Love you. Bye.
My name is Gil Gustafson, and I've known Paul Jaroszeski since we were teenagers at Nazareth Hall, the high school seminary for the Archdiocese of St. Paul in Minneapolis. The one word I would use to describe Paul is steady. He's been steady to me as a friend for 60 years and more. He has been steady in his ministry and priesthood, always there for his people, giving everything he has. Another word would be cooking. He certainly loves to cook, but that perhaps is for a different video. Paul, I wish you all the best as you complete your parish ministry and enter into retirement. May all be well. Sláinte.
Hi, Father Paul. Congratulations on your retirement.
We love you so much and are so excited for you. I'm so blessed to have had you part of all of my sacraments. We'll be praying for you as you head into this next chapter. We love you.
I have been blessed to know you, Father Paul, over these 50 years as I celebrated your ordination back at the St. Paul Cathedral this many years ago. I have been fed by you, by your friendship and ministry, as you have been fed by me and others. I wish you blessings as you discern your next stage in your ministry and retirement, where you will continue to be the difference in so many lives, including mine, ad multus annos.
Hey, Paul. I just want to congratulate you again on 50 years of priestly ministry service to God's people. You don't know this, but I would go to Mass at St. Olaf when you were the assistant there. And I would see the way you presided at Mass and said, maybe this is what God is calling me to continue on. So on my journey back to seminary for the Diocese of Duluth, I just want to let you know that inspiration is the word that comes to mind when I think of you and your influence on me. So thanks, Paul. You deserve a great party for 50 years of ministry and service of God's people. Thank you.
Hello, Father Paul. Congratulations on your retirement and on the new church. I remember the first time we met at St. Cecilia's. You walked into the music room and shook my hand. From that time on, I always felt supported, appreciated, and fortunate to have another singing priest. I was also amused that we were both Polish. I remember you generously cooking dinner several times for the staff before Holy Thursday Masses, and thoughtfully giving each of us a rose when our staff meeting fell on Valentine's Day. During our church's renovation, I remember driving with you to get a huge roll of bubble wrap. As we pushed and pulled to get the thing in the back seat of your car, I was concentrating on the task at hand, but you were laughing your head off. When my dad died, I called you very late at night and asked if you were busy. You said no, and then immediately drove from Ramsey to St. John's Hospital. I once told you that I admired your calm demeanor, and you said that you always wanted to be a gentleman. I don't think you meant the kind of man who tips his hat or opens doors, but a gentle man. All these qualities and more have made you a wonderful priest and friend. Thank you for everything. Stolat.
Congratulations, Paul, on your anniversary, your retirement. Big times ahead for you. I'm probably your oldest living cousin. I've known you since you were born. Spent hundreds and hundreds of parties together with all the relatives at Grandma's house and all the entertaining that you have done. And I remember one particular incident when I went to your house. I was probably in high school or college. And you were standing in the kitchen with the kitchen table and the ironing board out saying Mass. Kathy was receiving communion. I have never forgotten that. And you have stayed true to your vocation. Congratulations, we love you and hope to see a lot more of you now that you're retired. Bye.
Hello, Paul. Congratulations on your retirement and your 50th Jubilee. It's kind of like a double hit this year, so congratulations. Love you so, so much. Looking forward to spending time with you in retirement.
Thank you, Father Paul, for marrying us. It was a pleasure to hear your homily. It definitely made it very personal for us. Growing up in your parish was a pleasure as well. And happy retirement.
Happy retirement, Father Paul. We are so happy for you to have this next adventure in your life. We can't thank you enough for everything that you did for the parish, for our family in particular, and just the joy you brought all of us.
And teaching OCI with you for so many years was really one of the, spiritually one of the highlights of my life. I'm so grateful for the time we had together in that setting, and you're a family priest that is really a dream come true for us. We are so excited for all your adventures ahead, and we will always keep in touch with you.
The only thing I'm not going to miss are the 6 worst words in church. Please be seated for the announcements.
Happy retirement, Father
Happy
Paul.
retirement.
We love you.
Hi, Father Paul. I just wanted to wish you well on your upcoming retirement. I am going to miss during my masses as I watch from home. But you take care, and we will miss you, but please enjoy yourself. Take care. Bye now. Many blessings.
Hi, Paul. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm here to say congratulations and hello. It's quite a milestone. We're the last of the lifers, so we hold that in common, and our Northeast heritage. It's sort of bittersweet also. I know there are people in our lives who are no longer with us, and they've certainly, that absence is felt today anyway, but you deserve the R&R that lies ahead, and I'm glad it's in sight. And I hope you have a great celebration and good rest ahead. Godspeed.
Dear Father Paul, 50 years of leading the throng rejoicing into the house of the Lord, a time filled with grace and mercy and kindness. May the next chapter in your holy life be led by flares of special grace.
Hi, Godfather Paul. Congratulations. Hope you have an amazing retirement. We're so thankful for everything. One word that comes to mind about you for me is hospitality. You've hosted our family year in and year out for Easter and or Christmas. We always have an amazing time playing games, eating your delicious food.
And one word that comes to my mind is welcoming. You've been nothing but welcoming as I've joined this family. You've always made amazing conversation with me and effort to get to know me, and I'm really appreciative.
We love you, Godfather Paul. Congratulations again on all the years of ministry and now on your retirement.
Whoop,
God
whoop.
bless.
Hi, Godfather Paul. Congratulations on your retirement as well as your 50th anniversary of your ordination. I could have not asked for anyone else better to have baptized me, my confirmation sponsor, my godfather, or visited every year at Christmas. Thank you for being such a great example of Christ-like leadership to me. As St. Paul wrote to the Colossians, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart. You certainly put your heart into your work and the church as well, and thanks for setting a great example to me as I begin my career, and I hope to put into work those lessons that you taught me. Congrats.
When Nancy accepted her job with Anoka County Public Health back in 2005, in April of that year I met with Auxiliary Bishop Pates and a few other staff of the Personnel Department of the Archdiocese about getting a deacon assignment. And since we knew we'd be living somewhere in the Anoka area, Auxiliary Bishop Pates mentioned that there was a new parish in Ramsey and asked if I'd be interested in being part of a new parish. And I said I would absolutely love to be part of a new parish. So when we finally moved here in August of 2005, I was assigned to St. Catherine Drexel, and I'm so happy that I made that decision and also that the Archdiocese made that decision to assign me here. It's been a wonderful experience. Over 2/3 of my time as an ordained deacon has been spent here at St. Catherine Drexel working with you, and you have been so supportive and welcoming to my entire family, those of us that moved here, Nancy, Troy, Holly, and myself, as well as our extended family who are already married and living in different areas, and how welcoming and supportive you've been of all of us, and making that extended family feel welcome when they were here, especially my parents, and how supportive and encouraging you were about my parents, and it was very meaningful when you came to celebrate both my mom and dad's funerals, as well as being there when Nancy's mother died after living with us for 3 years. When we moved here, Holly was in high school and Troy was in middle school, and you were encouraging to both of them as they grew into the young adults that they eventually became, and especially encouraging Troy in his interest in youth ministry, and then welcoming him as an employee, and how supportive you've been in that role that he's had here, and now encouraging him as he moves into the next phase of his career and his life. It's been a truly wonderful experience working with you. I'm going to miss working with you, but as you moved into a long overdue and very, very well-deserved retirement. So all of our family wishes you the very best as you move into the next phase of your life. Thank you.
The word that comes to my mind when I think of Paul is hospitality. He's a gracious and kind host, welcoming people to his home, welcoming people to church. He's a good and gracious servant of the Lord. Paul, I wish you well in your retirement.
Hi, Father Paul. Just want to say congratulations on your retirement and know that you'll be missed very much. In the years that we've been members of St. Catherine Drexel and even back at St. Pat's, you've helped me grow in my faith throughout my life, and as a mom, as a wife, as a worker, anything. So I want to thank you for that. And thank you for the baptismal of my daughter-in-law, Danielle, my grandchildren, Delilah, sweet Delilah, Nolan, and now Winnie. It means a lot to all of us. Have fun on your travels. Be safe, be happy, and don't be a stranger. You will be missed. Blessings for always. Bye.